Hello everyone, welcome to Mondays with Maya. Today we said we're going to talk about communication, how we communicate to others, what words we use, what words we choose to use to express ourselves, and what words choose us. Why am I saying this? Because I have noticed very often when I'm teaching and I'm into that flow, and I don't know, it's not me who comes up with these words that come out of me, and I'm like, wait, this is not me talking. I didn't think about it. Oh, I'm not that clever to think about some interesting things to say. And then you realize that there is something beyond, because you communicate, your thoughts communicate enough to the external forces, universe, whatever you want to call it, the source, and it comes back through you and says some things and words, because it's so interesting how words choose us. So it's very often I kind of think about what words I choose coming from me and what words choose me coming from there. So how can I get more to there? So the words that come from the universe to guide me to speak, that will be amazing. So that's what happens with yoga, with mantra, with meditation, that we're going to talk a little bit more about it, and I'm going to leave you with a beautiful mantra. So another thing is, I was just away this weekend for the first time after the lockdown, and we went to a little town called San Luis Obispo. It's 3 hours from Los Angeles. It's really cute little town, university town, so it's lots of young people. I was like, wow, so many young cool people. But what I noticed is how they expressed themselves more, and it was a really lively, vibrant place, and they were not coming from fear that much. But another thing that I noticed, how when we wear a mask, we actually express ourselves much more. I noticed people say more things that they would if they didn't, with a mask. So because the mask is like, oh, putting the mask on, right? They cannot see my expression, they cannot see what I'm saying, but they can hear me. So it's almost like putting the barrier, and the mask we put on is our face. We can all smile like this, but in your head is like angry thoughts, you want to kill the person, right? So this is how it works. But wearing the mask, it's something very interesting that happens. Notice it. I notice it for myself, and then I notice from other people how we communicate differently now, in a way, better or worse, I don't know, but we express ourselves more. So our expression, how it comes through life, how do we communicate and expressing our creative thoughts, because everything is creation, and communication and expression has many faces. It can express in the way we cook, the way we walk, the way we talk, the way we communicate with nature, the way we communicate with animals, the way we compose music, we compose words, which I'm doing right now. So let me tell you a little insight to myself. Talking publicly was never my thing. I was literally hiding behind the piano. That was my way. I did not want to ever speak in front of people. I would freeze up, my voice was like, oh my God, I can't say anything. And especially now, technology gives us this freedom, but then especially now doing it live, and on top of it, I always have this background noise that, oh, this is not my first language, I'm talking in foreign language, and sometimes words do not come through. And I'm trying to express, and it's a word that I'm looking, but the word doesn't come, and it's like, oh my God, panic, but somehow it works out. And I just learned through the years how to be okay with not judging myself for not finding the word, for not expressing myself in English properly, or for not being understood. And all of this comes from fear. We all, maybe early days in the school, the teacher told you you're stupid, or the kids laughed at you when you said something, or we all had situations like that, every single one of us. But you go beyond it. The whole point is those things happen in life, and we have these challenges, but we need to find a way and the words and the voice to speak through it and get beyond it. So how do we beat that? We're not going to stay paralyzed and not ever speak up just because something like that happened. So we all had that, but we learned to find the ways to get through it. So in my case, the yoga, the mantra, chanting helped me tremendously, because as I said, I was only a pianist. I was always hiding behind the piano. No way you will get me down there to sing. I was hating that. And then, as I said, the mantra helped me to find the voice, and the voice that comes from the diaphragm, not from the throat only, so that voice is much bigger and it's much longer and it holds, and people can hear you even at the end of the hall. Sometimes I don't have a microphone, so I have to really express and speak and be loud, which I notice now I'm too loud when I'm talking, because I'm so used to talking loud because people have to hear me all the way to the end of the hall. And my daughter always says, "Mommy, you're so loud." So, oh my God, it's such a great reminder having kids around. They always tell you the truth. And very often I find myself speaking loud. So these are the things that you have to be aware of. You have to switch on the consciousness of your unconsciousness and unconscious thoughts and unconscious things you do. So often people tell you, "But you are just like your mother." And you go, "What? How can you even say that? I'm so different." You don't even see yourself. So you're so in a subconscious that you don't notice that you're actually acting like your mother, but other people tell you. So this is when you go back, instead of blaming them for telling you and judging them, you go back and say, "Oh my God, wait a minute. Yes, I am doing things like my mother. I am speaking like my mother," things like that. So yes, it comes from fear of talking in front of people, judging yourself. Then you can imagine after the speech, if it was not successful in your head, you would judge yourself. "I could have said this. Oh, I could have said that." How many times have we done that? All the time, right? But instead of doing that, stop judging yourself, stop doing it, and just acknowledge that you are here to live life and make mistakes and not to be perfect. We are not here born to be perfect. That perfection is such a silly thing that we created. It's just doesn't exist. I had a student who was studying to be a teacher. Early days, this was probably my first teacher training course I did. And I still remember her. She had the biggest fear speaking in front of people. So then she had to present a class. Oh my God, she did it. She broke through it. There was tears coming and all that, but she broke through it. She presented the most beautiful class, and it was the most satisfying thing. When the class finished, everybody was applauding to her. It was the biggest moment in her life. And then she's now being a speaker in front of other people, teaching big groups. It's amazing what happens. But we have to learn our lessons and get beyond. It's not just to be paralyzed. And please try anything that you can. Yoga, mantra, meditation, all of this helps you to create that voice and to express yourself. So even just, it's amazing how when we have thoughts in our head, how they manifest, and creation of it through words, through colors, through everything we see around us is there. The universe is showing you. I mean, the silly thing is, like, I just got this little vintage dress from San Luis Obispo, and I just realized it has the same color as my nails, but it wasn't why I bought it, obviously. But it's so funny. Maybe I bought the dress because my color of my nails is that, or did the dress choose me because I mean, it's all of this so interesting, and I just noticed that actually match. Look, was not meant to be, was not colorful, presented in that way. But then another thing I noticed, I'm trying to change the colors in my Instagram and to have a certain look and certain colors, and we've been going back and forth and not really successful, not really. And all I can see while I was there in the hotel, everywhere, everything was color coordination. Even the pillows, even the walls, they had all these paintings of all the color coordination. I was like, oh my God, I was inspired everywhere because that was going on in my mind. So everything I saw, I was color coordinated. I'm sure it was not even there if I didn't have those thoughts. But you see how when you have something, it creates and it shows you, the universe shows you in front of it. And I've been actually asking, universe, please show me what are my colors, and then boom, 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 boom. So I took pictures, I created my little thing, and I said, yes, we got it. It's so amazing. That is creativity in its best form, when you're in flow. When you have that idea, say it out there loud, express it to the universe, to yourself, and say, I want to find colors. Boom. And then all you do, just open, sit back and watch, and everything around you will just adjust itself to show you. Isn't that amazing? Let go, let God. I mean, hello. All the time I have to remind myself all the time to just say my intention, then just let go, and just watch how it's manifest in front of you. The universe just makes it all nice. So for that, actually, I have a line that I want to share with you. If you don't know, then ask me. If you don't agree, then argue with me. If you don't like, then say it to me. But don't keep silent and judge me. I'll leave you with that, huh? So let's do exercise to express your voice. We're gonna use something that we do that in martial arts, and you've probably seen lots of ha, ha, ha. When it's that kind of voice that comes from the diaphragm that is so powerful. It's like your sword can cut through everything. Like, you've seen the Bruce Lee and all these kind of martial arts people with their hand, just with the sound, they push the wall, they break a brick. I mean, all these kind of things. It's so powerful what the voice can do. So let's practice. Interlace the fingers, left thumb on top of right for women and opposite for men. And then we're gonna go back and forth. So what we are doing here, we are doing a lot of work with the neck, because that's the throat chakra, thyroid, parathyroid, organizing your metabolism. So everything is kind of stuck here, and the glands, all the lymphatic glands, so you have headaches, everything is blocked. Right, so we're gonna release that and bring the sound to it, and the sound will be your conduit to release that. And that way, when you're loud, and be loud and express yourself, and then when you come in your life, because now you've done that work, now you can come back and find your middle. So it's either very shy and not speak at all, or too loud. But when you practice, you will find that middle, which is the union, which is what yoga does. So interlace the fingers, we're gonna go up and down, the neck goes back and forward, and we're gonna say, ha! 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 Feels so good. So that's it. Express yourself, be as loud as you can, go in the nature. Yes, I was just posting something because I was in nature and singing mantra, and it's just like hiking and just nobody around. Express yourself, and then I start shouting, crazy, like really expressing everything. And then you feel so good, right? Okay, I leave you with that. Sat Nam, see you next Monday.